I'm just going to say it. Scripts are the fastest way to ruin your real estate videos because as soon as you start reading from a script, you lose your entire personality and you sound like you're reading from a teleprompter, and we don't even see your eyes because you're tracking like this. It ruins your audience retention. And if they don't stay past the 30-second mark, your entire video just takes a nosedive because people click but they don't stick around. And that tells YouTube that your video is not worth watching. But if you try winging it, you lose your place, you ramble, you go off on tangents, and your video ends up being 30 minutes long when it should have been 5. So either way, it sounds like a no-win proposition, right? Either we read a script and we sound forced and stilted, or we wing it and we lose our place, and the result is the same. People don't stick around and watch the entire video. So what is the solution? Well, I found it. There is a way to solve this problem, and your videos will sound good. You won't lose your train of thought. You'll know exactly what you want to say, but you won't be sounding like you're reading from a teleprompter. And this is the difference that makes people either click and stick or click and leave the video. I introduced this in my private coaching community several months ago, and people are loving it. So I thought I would share it with you. And I'm calling it the invisible teleprompter method. If you feel like you're just not getting anywhere with your YouTube channels, you make videos, you put them out, and you're not getting any leads from it, I probably know why that's happening. I bet you are not being clear enough on who is your channel for, what do you talk about on this channel, and how do you help one specific person with one specific problem. So I'm doing a free 3-day challenge starting on October 21st, and it's called Nail Your Niche. We've got to get this right before anything else with your YouTube channel is going to work. So if you want some help, come join my free 3-day challenge. I'll put the link down below, and I hope to see you at Nail Your Niche. Okay, now back to the video. How I stumbled across this was I was watching the nightly news, and the anchor was doing one of these where she was like pressing her ear and was obviously listening to the people in the control room that were talking to her. And she said, "Oh, we have breaking news," and then proceeded to talk about it. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could just have somebody telling me in my ear what I'm supposed to say? And then it was like, ding, ding, ding. Why can't I do that? So I wrote out my entire script of what I wanted to say in the video, and I put it in a Google Doc. I read it out loud. Any parts that I wasn't in love with, I went back in and I fixed, and then I read it out loud again. So in total, I probably read it out loud 3 or 4 times, just so that I was very familiar with what I was going to say, and it sounded like me. Then I recorded the entire darn thing as a voice memo. So I grabbed my phone, I opened the voice memos app in my phone, and I read it out loud. I tried to use enthusiasm. I tried to have some inflection in my voice. I was reading, but I was really trying to amp up the energy so that it didn't sound like I was reading. I also left lots of pauses. So I would say a sentence or two, and then I would pause for a few seconds, and then I would say a couple more sentences and then pause for a few seconds until I was done with the entire thing. Now, here's where it gets really cool. You're going to grab some earbuds. I don't care whether they're wireless or not. It really does not matter. And if people can see them while you're recording your video, nobody cares. How many podcasts do you watch where they have their AirPods in? Nobody cares. Or the giant over-the-ear headphones, right? Nobody cares. It's not a problem. Now, for me, I record with the webcam on my computer. If you normally record with your phone, you're going to have a second audio source. So let's say we're using the phone as the camera to record the video. Where are you going to record your voice memo? Maybe you record it on your computer and you plug your earbuds into the computer to listen to it back. Or maybe you just have a second phone. Maybe you borrow your spouse's phone for making the voice memo, and then you put your phone on the tripod, and that is the camera. So you might have to, figure out, what am I going to do for the equipment for this? But if you use one phone and one webcam, problem solved. So I put my AirPods in and I played the recording, and I looked at the camera and hit record. And as I was listening to it in my ear, I was just repeating what I heard. Now it's going to be weird at the beginning. You're going to have to get used to doing this because there's like a couple second delay. I hear it and then I say it, and I'm not saying it at exactly the same time. So it takes a little bit of practice, but you'll be surprised how quickly you can get acclimated to doing this. Obviously, the more times you do it, the easier it becomes, the faster you get, the less pausing you need to make. And the cool part is if you flub your line, you just hit the button that says like rewind 15 seconds. You literally just rewind it, you back up, and then you start again. Now, when I'm completely done with the video, all I have to do is edit out the mistakes or big long pauses. So let's say I said the line, but then I waited 5 or 10 seconds before I said the next line. Just hold your pose, look at the camera lens, keep your hands in the same place where they were, try to keep your facial expression the same. And then when you start talking again, you just cut out the big long pause. People will hardly even be able to see that there was a cut there because you were very strategic and you said, I'm going to hold the pose. I'm going to keep my hands in the same place. I'm going to have the same expression on my face as much as possible. Now, if you don't care about that, that's fine. You return to your normal place. And then when you make the cut, we will obviously see there was a cut, but who cares? Nobody watches YouTube videos and it doesn't expect there to be cuts in the video. It's not a problem. If you're one of the people that you overthink it, I'm here to tell you that most of the things you think are problems, no one cares about. So stop making it an issue. It's not an issue. But even if you make your videos sound supernatural, there's still one problem that can totally tank the performance of your videos. And so that's why I want you to watch this one next. This one mistake that you're making is destroying the effectiveness of your videos. So watch this video next. I'll teach you what it is and how you can fix it.